three of us just looked at Clive like, if you have us arrested, we are gonna F you up for real. Like, don't get us arrested.
The record company, Clive Davis, we held them hostage like guns, the whole shebang. So, of course, Lisa was the ringleader. So we went up there and held everybody hostage, and Puffy was the one that snitched us out. $75 million was generated on that album. We didn't really get any.
TLC, a groundbreaking girl band in hip-hop history, soared to fame despite facing numerous challenges that tested their unity. Recently, Chili, one of the group's members, has reportedly been shedding light on the factors that led to their downfall. True TLC fans know Rosanda Chili Thomas as an essential part of the group, but there was a time when her position within the band was uncertain. "I'm the mama of the group," Chili shares with people ahead of the release of Lifetime's documentary, TLC Forever, delving into the iconic girl group's rapid rise and tumultuous journey. Each member's personality was distinct. Lisa Left Eye Lopes brought wild energy, even recording vocals during breaks from court-mandated rehab after an incident involving her boyfriend's house. Tian T-Boz Watkins, with her laid-back vibe and raspy vocals, embodied effortless cool. Meanwhile, Rosanda Chili Thomas, dubbed the sexy one for this tale, boasted an incredible voice and plenty of attitude. Fueled by hit singles like Creep and Waterfalls, TLC's album achieved diamond status in the US, marking a milestone with 10 million sales. Globally, only the Spice Girls' Spice album has surpassed its sales figures. To commemorate the album's anniversary, the group has announced a special one-off show at London's Shepherd's Bush Empire. Chili recently discussed the album's creation and how they ended up filing for bankruptcy after its release in an interview with the BBC. Interestingly, despite the song Kick Your Game featuring the phrase CrazySexyCool in its lyrics, the album's title was decided before they even started working on it. "We went in letting producers know that this was the name, and that's how the album should sound," Chili explained. CrazySexyCool was our version of I'm Every Woman. Every woman has a crazy, a sexy, or a cool side. You can be all three, but one is definitely more prominent than the others. As for her dominant characteristic, Chili doesn't specify, but one can assume it's a mix of all three, with perhaps one shining a bit brighter depending on the day. "Aha," she exclaims with a hearty laugh. "It depends on the day. The crazy might be the more dominant one at times, but cool or sexy, I don't know, it just depends." TLC's iconic song is a socially conscious ballad addressing drug addiction and the HIV epidemic, marking the first #1 single to mention the disease. The track shifted public perception of the band, earning them 2 Grammy nominations and MTV's Video of the Year award. With its intricate harmonies and distinctive bass line, the song highlighted the band's growing confidence in the studio. "We were just starting to figure out how our voices blended together, with T-Boz's raspy vocals, my high notes, and Lisa's rap," Chili recalls. "No matter the song's style, once our voices were on it, it became a TLC record." But what's the meaning behind "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls"? It's about avoiding anything self-destructive, like chasing a waterfall. Making the album was a blast. We didn't feel the pressure of the second album jinx. We were just thrilled to be in the studio creating new material, Chili reflects. "And I remember when we finished, a guy at Arista Records said, 'It's a great album, and you guys will probably sell a couple of million.' We were like, 'A couple of million? We're aiming for 5 million, at least.'" Chili explained that their confidence in the album wasn't arrogance, they simply knew it was something special. She described it as one of those rare projects where listeners wouldn't want to skip any tracks. Discussing their cover of Prince's single If I Was Your Girlfriend, Chili mentioned they stayed close to the original, even though it lacked some of the complexities of Prince's version. They approached it carefully because Prince himself wanted to hear the finished version before giving his approval. Chili recalled how significant it was that Prince even allowed the cover, as he rarely approved others to cover his songs. When he gave them the green light, they were ecstatic and focused on ensuring he would be pleased with their rendition. Despite their voices being quite different from his, particularly Tione's scratchy voice, Prince ultimately loved their version.
"Oh Lord, if I turn around." And Prince is on stage, and I forgot the words. I went totally childlike. I forgot I was supposed to be.
Chili also shared a memorable incident from their promotional activities for the album. During an interview with Vibe magazine, it was their first time meeting the press since Lisa Lopes had burned down the house of her football playing partner, Andre Rison. Chili remembered seeing the wardrobe provided for the shoot, which included police and fireman uniforms. Initially, she thought the fireman uniforms were cool without grasping the implications.
Across the street, the neighbor across the street, his house is on fire.
How did I burn it down?
However, when the magazine cover came out with the headline, TLC, burning up the charts and burning down the house, referencing Lopes' past actions, it caused a stir. This caught the attention of the judge overseeing Lopes' probation, giving the impression that the band was being nonchalant about a serious situation. Chili admitted they hadn't realized the implications until the magazine was published, and then they realized they were in trouble.
The house of evil is burnt to the ground.
Chili's role as the nurturing figure of TLC alongside Tion T-Boz Watkins and the late Lisa Left Eye Lopes wasn't always a given. Back in the early 90s, she was a dancer for LaFace Records' first group, Damien Dame. At that time, TLC, named after original members Tyon, Lisa, and Crystal Jones, was looking for a replacement for Jones. Chili, a nickname given by Lopes to fit their moniker, auditioned for the group with En Vogue's hit Hold On in 1991. "Oh, she's pretty," Chili recalls Watkins remarking dryly after her audition. That same night, they put on a showcase, and the chemistry was immediate, Chili remembers. Thus, a boundary-breaking girl group was born, known for their edgy, positive lyrics, outlandish style, and a unique mix of rap, pop, and R&B that captivated countless fans. In the beginning, people recognized Tion and Lisa more, Chili reflects. However, she soon caught the eye of LaFace producer Dallas Austin. They began a relationship in the mid-90s and had a son, Tron, now 25. When TLC's manager, Louisiana, Reed's then-wife Pebbles, found out about their relationship, Chili's spot in the group was jeopardized. "They were holding auditions to replace me but never saw anybody that they liked," she says. "I don't think anybody cared about the Dallas thing but Pebbles." Following their chart-topping hits like Waterfalls and No Scrubs, TLC faced ongoing disputes with their management. Despite the massive success of their 1994 album CrazySexyCool, the group found themselves in a financial crisis, filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy after reportedly earning $175 million. "We were completely broke," Chili famously revealed at the 1996 Grammys, just moments after winning 2 awards.
Trust me, you can sell 10 million albums and be broke if you have greedy people behind you.
Their financial woes were rooted in unfair contracts that didn't properly compensate them for their album sales and extravagant expenses charged to the band under the guise of label gifts. "We were splitting like $5,000 when the money came in," Chili explained. Their frustration reached a boiling point, leading Chili to recall, "We're the reason Arista Records first got security." The group confronted Clive Davis, the head of Arista Records, demanding accountability. "You're the head guy. How do we fix this?" This bold move eventually resulted in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit settlement with LaFace later that year, paving the way for a fairer contract.
Seems like a lot of money. Well, it's not a lot of money when the record company has spent $3 million to record your album. And in the record business, we pay all costs back to the record company.
These financial and management battles brought the group closer, yet they still faced internal conflicts. One notable incident was when Lisa Left Eye Lopes burned down the $1.3 million home of her then-boyfriend, football star Andre Riessen. Tion called and said, "Turn on Channel 5, recalls Chili. "I was like, Tion, we're just gonna have to find another group member. I told Lisa I said that. I was mad." Despite these intense moments, the bond between Chili, T-Boz, and Left Eye proved resilient, allowing them to navigate both personal and professional challenges and solidify their place in music history. Lisa Left Eye Lopes continued to make headlines until her untimely death at age 30 in a car crash while on a spiritual retreat in Honduras. "I miss her every day," says Chili. One thing Chili is certain of is that Lopes would still be making waves. "Boy, I'm telling you, people would be so entertained," Chili says with a laugh. She was always like, "All news is good news." That's how she felt. She would have more followers than Selena Gomez. Chili and Tian T-Boz Watkins, who are headlining the Hot Summer Nights tour with Shaggy through July, never replaced Lopes after her death in 2002. The tragedy strengthened their bond, making it unbreakable. "We've already lost one sister. We have to grow old together," Chili tells Watkins in an emotional scene from the new documentary. "After all they've been through, that's my family," says Chili. "We're for life." Famously, TLC filed for bankruptcy shortly after releasing CrazySexyCool. T-Boz revealed that while the record might have generated $75 million for their record company, each band member received only $50,000. Frustrated by the conflicting information about who controlled their payments, the trio decided to take matters into their own hands by confronting Clive Davis, then president of Kobe Bryant, directly. Hollywood is known for its hidden secrets and strange scandals, but the music industry often takes the spotlight with its ongoing series of shocking controversies. Now, industry legend and record producer Clive Davis is finding himself caught in the midst of it all.
Clive Davis, saved Puff after he was thrown out of.
On one side of the spectrum, many view Clive Davis as a revered and accomplished producer, renowned for nurturing a diverse range of artists and crafting musical hits that have left an indelible mark on the industry. His legacy and practices have solidified his reputation as a key figure in shaping the music landscape.
Consistent with what you're writing about, you could go from one side of the stage to the other.
However, in the shadows, there exists a contrasting perception. Some voices suggest a different narrative, portraying Davis as a man with a more complex and controversial persona. These critics label him as one of the first gay gatekeepers of the industry, allegedly exerting influence through manipulation and a calculated demeanor. Such claims paint a picture of a cold-blooded operator who wields power behind the scenes, orchestrating moves that go beyond the public eye.
He needed her back, but he needed her back and under his control.
In the intricate tapestry of the music world, Clive Davis stands as both a celebrated legend and a figure shrouded in speculative whispers, embodying the duality that often characterizes the entertainment realm. It was mainly due to the fact that he allegedly mentored Diddy.
Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people.
Diddy is a name that resonates deeply in the music world, celebrated as a prolific record producer and influential label owner. His imprint, Bad Boy Records, stands as a powerhouse that has nurtured iconic talents like the Notorious Big and Usher.
My career reminded them of Kane, how I came out hard and strong at the time, which is all good, but I'm just trying to stay above water.
Clive Davis holds immense power within the music industry, standing out as one of its most influential figures. His track record speaks volumes, particularly when he launched Arista Records, where he successfully signed a multitude of major black acts. The list of artists he brought on board is impressive, including Patti Smith, The Outlaws, Eric Carmen, Expose, Ace of Base, Air Supply, Dionne Warwick, Ray Parker, and Radio, Aretha Franklin, and Alicia Keys. Davis played a pivotal role in giving Puffy his initial opportunity to establish Bad Boy Records, but his greatest success came when he discovered Whitney Houston.
Spending time with her when the picture was inescapable. There were two times, one live, where she came to my home, where we had a personal...
Astounded by Houston's extraordinary singing talent and her image as an all-American sweetheart, Clive seized the chance to propel her into mega stardom. This move not only greatly benefited Whitney, but also significantly boosted Clive Davis's net worth, reportedly reaching close to $800 million. However, as Whitney Houston navigated the complexities of the music industry, she, like many others, began to observe peculiar and unsettling occurrences. In her 2002 interview with Diane Sawyer, she candidly addressed the challenges she faced and the demons she battled, shedding light on the darker aspects of the industry. Whitney at times looked uneasy, uncomfortable, and at many times cautious within every word she spoke, and even spoke that she herself was possessed with an inner devil whom was controlling her.
It was rough. It was rough. I think I kind of reverted back as I got older and said, well, I'm just gonna party, It was kind of a rebel in me,
She brought up her dispute with Clive Davis and a potential conspiracy to harm her in the course of that interview. In divulging numerous industry secrets, she unwittingly made herself a target. Exploiting her vulnerabilities and past struggles with addiction, they aimed to undermine her credibility and ensure that the public didn't take her revelations seriously. The unexpected and shocking news of her demise occurred at a time when no one anticipated such a tragedy, especially given the circumstances surrounding it. It was a sorrowful twist of fate that profoundly impacted the music world. Tragically, the entertainment industry has witnessed numerous instances where artists, immersed in the demanding nature of their work, succumb to the scourge of DA. Whitney Houston was no exception. Her ongoing battle with DA and smoking, coupled with deteriorating health, cast a shadow over her entire career until it reached an irreversible tipping point.
It's my deciding. It's my heart. It's what I want and what I don't want. Nobody makes me do anything I don't want to do.
The unfortunate turn of events occurred on February 11, 2012, the day before the scheduled Grammy Awards. On that day, the music industry luminaries gathered in Los Angeles for the Grammys, and Whitney Houston, accompanied by her family and friends, checked into the Beverly Hilton Hotel. A tradition preceding the Grammys was Clive Davis, Houston's mentor, hosting a pre-Grammy party. As preparations for the evening's festivities were underway, Houston's assistant, Mary Jones, arranged her dress on the bed and then left the room. What transpired during the brief period Jones was away, leading to the discovery of Houston unconscious and submerged face down in a water-filled bathtub upon her return, remained a mystery until the coroner's report provided insights. Tragically, Houston was pronounced dead at 3:55 p.m. on the same day at the scene.
Good morning, George. It happened here at 3:43 yesterday afternoon when a member of Houston's entourage located her body inside this hotel. So far, police and the coroner are refusing to.
Regarding speculations surrounding Diddy and Clive Davis's connection to her death, reports gained traction when Clive himself admitted to being the only one with Houston in her final moments. Many people believe that Clive is the one who put her on D, and given Clive's history, it is no secret how he has been in the headlines for D dealings. According to the civil suit filed against Mr. Davis, evidence surfaced suggesting that Mr. Winshaw had allegedly misused the company's funds. But there is a long-standing story behind all this respect, and this can be understood through Jaguar Wright. In her revelatory interview, where she openly criticized several members of the Hollywood elite for their dubious and occultic practices, Jaguar Wright disclosed a shocking claim that Diddy and Clive is involved in tea for Hollywood elites. This assertion may initially seem weighty and perhaps too extreme to be entirely accurate. So many people believe that apart from financial issues, this may be why they decided to make their boss hostage. One person wrote, "This is not the first time that I have heard of Clive, that people have said that he was responsible for someone's life. I remember the great Phyllis Hyman supposedly committed suicide. He tried to kill her musical career because he couldn't control her." Another one added, "I think that it's too much of a coincidence that Clive Davis is somehow connected, intermingled, intertwined with every celebrity musician that had an issue with money and him supposedly stealing from them who have died in some crazy freak accident. I'm just not getting the Kobe plus connection." Many fans believe the scene depicting this confrontation in the 2013 movie about their career had been exaggerated or fabricated. However, Chili clarified that it was not fiction at all, laughing as she admitted it was actually toned down for TV. Chili recounted that they were furious because they couldn't understand how they were selling so many records but had nothing to show for it. Determined to get answers, they decided to go straight to the source. They brought along some intimidating women Lisa had met at the diversion center. These women were stationed outside and inside Davis's office, ensuring no one could enter or leave without their permission. However, there are also some speculations that Beyoncé was also involved in Lisa's downfall because she was with Beyoncé during the days of Blacque. The group garnered significant success with a plethora of hit singles from their two albums, their self-titled debut, Blacque, 1999, and its follow-up, Blacque Out, 2002. Following a hiatus, the trio re-emerged in 2019. Natina Reed initiated the group in 1996, later joined by her high school friend Shamari, with Brandy completing the trio shortly thereafter. Reed, while singing jingles to supplement her income, crossed paths with Ronald Lopes, who introduced her to his sister, Lisa Lopes of TLC fame, famously known as Lisa Left Eye.
And Lisa's definitely 100% in our corner, so it's not a bad thing at all.
Impressed by their performance, Lisa officially signed the group to her company, Left Eye Productions, which aimed to develop, mentor, manage, and promote talents in various genres from around the world, either solo or in groups. Among the other artists signed to the company were Silhouette, Faceman, Shonda, and Rusks. Natina and Left Eye weren't related. Their connection stemmed from the band, which became Lisa's protege, particularly during its early years. Left Eye was indeed a trailblazer, addressing taboo topics like contraception early on and embodying the archetype of the R&B bad girl, engaging in public disputes with group members and romantic partners. In today's social media landscape, her actions would have surely sparked even more controversy. Furthermore, she anticipated the blending of R&B and pop, foreshadowing trends seen in contemporary radio. Her 2001 solo album, Supernova, released overseas, showcased a style that could be likened to a precursor to Nicki Minaj's work, albeit without the perceived shortcomings. Reflecting on the incidents, Chili remarked that it felt like a real movie and admitted that, in hindsight, she wondered what they were thinking. However, at the time, they felt they had nothing to lose. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.